the first time. What I always say. Feels like the first time. That's why they wrote a song
It's
about
only
it.
worse from here. That's
Can only go down from here. Let's write a song about that.
That's the kind of song.
We can only fall from here. We're at the summit, at the peak.
The sky was the limit, and we found the ground too.
Take it to the limit. Ah! That's them falling down the mountain that they climbed so hard just to reach the pinnacle.
Just the pinnacle to the tippy top. Tippy top. All right, so this I'm supposed to open on the air.
Mhm.
Is that the plan? Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Well,
Opening on.
we'll I guess we'll have to do that then.
It's all up to your cue. By the way, we're not married to this whole like just rolling into the show smoothly, like
No.
smooth jazz.
There is no
we can
smooth.
just reset.
There is no smooth.
We can
No.
just reset and just do the
No.
intro again.
We're just
I don't really care.
no. I
It
don't.
gets me worked up sometimes. Sometimes the good stuff. I almost feel like the good stuff comes beforehand because I know that I have a punctuation to it. Does that
I
make
see.
sense?
I
You know
see.
what mean?
Yeah.
Because I
you're
know we're
setting it
not
up.
officially on yet, so I'm just free flowing.
We've only done it once.
I think we should scrap the whole fucking thing, Matt.
That's wait a minute. Where did I
That's-
go? Let's see.
I'm done. Do what you want. Pull the plug. I'll kill you.
This one's dumb. Scrap it.
That's it. Where's it?
All right, you know what? This one's dumb. Dump it. Trash it. This one's garbage.
This one's garbage.
This was garbage.
And
This one.
Is he talking about the sketch itself, or is he talking about that particular Baby of the Year
I think
competition?
the whole Baby of the Year competition, like the whole history of it.
Yeah.
That's how I've always taken
I
it.
took it as like everything about the sketch itself, just its whole existence.
The whole
Hey, this
Baby
was
of the
dumb.
Year.
Like they just gave up on the and they just filmed it. Like they gave up on the entirety of the skit.
That's no. See, I feel like it's the whole Baby of the Year like contest.
Yeah.
Like they've been doing it so long that not only are baby participants now elderly and have been killed, but at that point they're like, yeah, you know what, this is dumb. We're not going to do this.
Not just died, but have been killed.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
That's the differentiation.
Yeah,
that
the
needs to be made.
violence really is what makes it. The violence
Mhm.
makes it, as usual,
Mhm.
as they say.
Speaking of violence,
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Kickstart with Matt.
and Matt,
And that's it. Here we are.
there we are. Let's start.
This is it. This is the last. This is the final
This is the
countdown.
last episode. The
God, I hope so.
The series finale of Matt and
All right, you know what? This one's dumb. Dump it. Trash it. This one's garbage.
I hope so. I hope this is it.
Man, that's our Christmas gift to you guys this year, is letting you think that for a week.
It's yes. You get just a little reprieve, just a little bit of a lie, just like
It's called hope.
Christmas. That's right. Yeah.
They got to inject it into every non-consensual like situation.
Right.
Just a little bit of hope.
That's
Right?
exactly
Slavery.
right.
It's like,
Well,
you might get your rights one day.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
how that-
One
that's-
day, but that day's not today.
That's how they keep their spirits from crushing all the way down.
See, this is the key. You have to have just a little bit of scaffolding in there to hold the
Mhm.
spirits up.
Mhm.
Um,
That's what we're doing for you. We're giving you a little bit of hope,
you're welcome.
but it's all gonna be. It's all gonna come back again. next week.
It's all coming back to me now.
It's all coming back to me now.
All right. Well, to get this out of the way,
Yeah,
Tyler has a present here that I'm
our
supposed
one and
to.
only patron
There we go. That
that's
I'm
giving us gifts.
supposed to open
I feel like we're celebrities.
live on the air. I know. I feel very important.
Actually, these are to specify. These are all for Matt. Actually,
Oh, okay.
these are specifically.
Guess who is
that's
good?
That's the band one.
The original. This is for the band. Okay.
No, you need to open it up and take a look.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't realize it's. I thought it was the original. It's
No,
the original.
it's not,
Guessing it.
It's not quite
There's
the
more
original.
in the bag, but we'll get to that in a minute. There. Let's see here. We're going to open up the Guess Who box, and inside we have the I Think You Should Leave characters. This is absolutely amazing. Something just fell, I think. I don't know. I don't see anything on the floor. So, yeah, this is amazing. We've got Tim, Hot Dog Tim, Motorcycle Tim, Other Billy Tim, Howie, Chunky. We've really got the whole gang here.
The whole cast.
We've got two
The tremble in your voice.
Two seasons worth here. This is 1 and 2. That's good. And the updated board. See, now when I was a kid, back when I was young, these boards were much smaller. They were square.
Yeah.
Rectangular, excuse me.
Yeah.
This is square with a rounded top. I don't even know how to play this version. It's too big for my britches and the cards here. So this is good. This is going to be great. To thank you, Tyler, our dear Patreon there. He's going to get us all squared away. We're gonna have a good time with that one. That's just one more thing to keep us from actually practicing at band practice.
That's
So
right.
that'll
of
be
course.
good. Yeah.
we I mean, we need to be as ill prepared for the show. As
Am
we
I
can
supposed
get.
to open the rest of the stuff
Yeah.
on there too? All right, then let's
Open it all. He's
Open
demanded it.
all. All right, next we've got a monocular telescope. Let's see. This is what appears to be a contraption that we put together as made out of plywood. The material is plywood. Manufacturer is Robotime CNC Jiangsu.
Oh,
All right.
is that a type of martial art?
No, I think it's a place in China.
Oh.
So, and apparently, it has a real pirate flag on the end, and it can actually see 150 meters.
Oh, wow.
So that's fantastic. There we go.
You can look into other people's windows.
That's
what that we- one.
that's what we want to do. Is the more we can see, the better. And we've got the stapler and Jell-O. And it's gummy too.
Ooh.
I love them. I
Ew.
love the congealed animal fat. That's certainly one of my favorite things there. That's fantastic. Wonderful. It goes. We've got something else here. Let's see what we got here. This is upside down. So we'll have to send this back and get them to this one says play sacrifice here. It's a cutting board. That's wonderful. Absolutely. Bamboo, it appears. Yes, it is. It's bamboo. That's great. And then we've got this is a tote bag, I think. Bring me the sacrifice. So there's a lot of this is an adult bib for cooking. They call those aprons sometimes. This is great. There's a lot of sacrifice involved here. In fact, I'm going to put this on right now.
There you go.
And so we're gonna wear this for the show.
It's time to cook up some garbage.
It's time
and
for
poison for your body.
It's time to get messy, and it's good that it's red. You don't have to worry about blood stains.
Mhm.
That's really the goal, is that you want to try and keep things viable as long as possible. And of course, it's all in a nice little Santa bag here. And it says to Suitor from Tie Tie. That's wonderful. That's what we want. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's exactly right. I'm going to peel this off and I'm going to stick it to the ceiling so that when I'm crying at night, staring at the sky, I can be reminded that somebody at least has bought me an adult bib here that I can wear while I cook.
It'll dry your tears for you.
It's true. It doesn't really seem to be the most absorbent material. It's like flag material, really.
Yeah, it's supposed to wick it off.
That's the thing. See,
Wicks moisture.
it keeps you dry. It keeps you dry in those dark nights. So that's good. That's wonderful. I appreciate that very, very much. And the bamboo, I assume, is water resistant as well. So that's going to really, it's the tippy top, as they say in the measurement world.
That's right.
That's great.
Right on your ruler.
That's great. That's right. Yes, it's on the end. It usually gets cut off on most of the Walmart brand, but it's there. So, but yeah. So the year is ending finally. It's going away. Ace is here. Thanks.
Ace.
Oh, there's a card as well. Tyler says. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, I missed the card. I missed it. I missed the card.
Sure enough.
Suitor King Matt. It says on there. This is good. Let's see here. Oh, and he licked it shut. Okay.
You got
Let's
that
see.
juicy,
Well, that's
valuable Tyler spit on
that
there.
part's going under my pillow. So we've got the sticker on the ceiling. Let's see if I can get this open.
Just integrate that into your
Just gonna
pillowcase.
work this all out here. I see. I took my knife. I normally always have a knife in my pocket, and I took it off to help everybody open presents, and I forgot to put it back in my pocket. Oh, this is great. Let me wish you a Merry Christmas with the Lemmy on the front there
Nice.
for everybody, as you can see. Let's see. Tyler says, who said it was spit? There you go. Very good. Thank you, Tyler. This is going in a frame, and it's going to be right there. Maybe I'll put that on the wall. That way we'll be surrounded by Tyler things. That'll be great. That's what we want. So
Proof that at one point in your life, someone cared enough
that's
to get you something.
To get me something. And that's what Tyler does best.
That's right.
He gets us something, and it's always something we go, I didn't even know that existed, and I love it. That's it. It's a beautiful thing. But yes, the world is coming to a close again for another year. I wish this was it. I wish we were taking a bow and this was the finale, but I think we probably have another season or two that we're going to have to.
It's just like The Walking Dead. It's going on for way too long.
It really is. Yeah.
Man, it used to be good.
Yeah. Most of the good characters are gone, and it's all just callbacks. That really is.
We're just going to spin off in 5 different directions.
Yeah, we're in the later seasons now.
And it's all it serves to do is wrap up red shirt characters,
right?
Storylines.
And you have to. You've got to tie up those loose ends when they're still giving you money. They're like, well, we got to do something to keep. They're giving us. They're still paying us. We got to do something for the money. Yeah, we got to sing for our supper. It's
an old timey fucking parable.
Yeah. Yeah,
sing for our supper.
That's an old adage, I guess. Yeah, but
who had to sing for their supper? Who was singing for?
I guess
for
singers.
The reward of sustenance.
I guess dancers, singers, actors, performers. Frank Sinatra
Speakers.
At one point before he got bigger.
The blind.
Yeah, the blind. What else can they do? They can't see anything.
That's how Stevie Wonder got his start.
That's exactly right. They're like, sing for your food. Yes.
You want to eat?
They're like, hey, if you can't find the kitchen, you better sing so we know.
If I don't hear songs from the Key of Life right now,
this is it.
You're not eating a single bite. Not a morsel.
Well, nobody wants to bring him along to dinner unless they're like, oh, this is a nice addition. We're going to bring him. He's singing. We're going to bring him along. We want him to sing while we're eating.
What else is he? He's just bumping into stuff.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. Well,
you can't look at the beautiful decor.
No,
which
exactly.
I've adorned my home.
You're missing all of the money that went into this environment here, so you're going to add to it somehow.
You insult me because you can't see what I've done in this house.
You're going to come into my house blind?
Oh, I don't think so.
I don't think
You'll sing for your supper.
You're going to be singing for your supper. All right.
You're not going to Christmas.
You're not going to appreciate all of the tinsel that I hung. I hung one strand at a time too.
And I'm not going to brush your face against it. I'm just not going to do that. I'm simply not. I don't have enough time.
If you want to fumble around the house and try to find it, that's on you.
But if you knock over my knickknacks and break them, there'll be hell to pay. I'll tell you what. You're going to lose another cent.
Oh, let me tell you what. And my wife is very thin, so if I catch you feeling her up, oh boy, you're going to be the one sparkling. So you got to do it. You got to do it, right? So let's see here. Next week, we're just going to this whole episode.
Let's skip what's going on this week. Let's talk about what's happening next week.
Next week will be our first episode of the new year, and you know what that means. It's going to be the favorite Orpheus report is coming up next week.
Find out what happened in the end.
Let me tell you what I pulled the report today just so I have it and know where it is and everything. I read the first 3 and I was inconsolable. So take that as you will. But let's just say we were inside for a really long time, and a lot of other things were inside for a really long time. And we're just looking. It's all about the macro and the micro.
I would love for us to get down to a betting board going for the people, like the listeners, to see just what like object and the Venn diagram of object to body part, and see who takes who's taking
get some
bets
pools
on
going.
Yeah, get a pool, because
I
can think of like 5 things right off the bat.
Fantasy Orpheus report.
Fantasy Orpheus. Yep.
Yeah, you can
fantasy draft.
Right, exactly right. It's who's
pick a body part, draft a piece.
Who's got golf tee in the urethra? Who's got male or female? It was a genderless bet. Yeah, we try to be inclusive there. Let's see what else has been going on. I watched.
Speaking of that, actually,
go ahead.
Juan's Christmas wish to me was. It was like a giant inflatable thing.
I got that too.
Did you get this? It looks like a butt plug.
It sure does.
I don't know what it actually is supposed to be. I think it's a butt plug.
It's huge. Supposed to be a tree.
In some city, I guess a tree. Yeah,
and I think it's some famous person's doing too, from my understanding.
Said Merry Flared Bass Christmas.
That's the ticket, baby.
It's just immediately I started cracking up.
Yeah,
I loved it.
That is our that's sort of our flag. If we had to have a motto for the show, It used to be, why are we still doing the show? Now it's, why are we still doing the show without a flared bass?
It's very
lost.
dangerous.
We've been lost.
We got lost up inside.
We're lost in the dark caverns of life
our
a long
heads
time
are
ago.
all the way up our own asses.
Yes.
Because we don't have a flared base to our heads.
No, we don't. No,
I guess our shoulders technically would count.
I mean, it should serve as
We
a
still
stop,
can't get it
but
out.
it's always unfortunate when you have to field test things like that. You know, you want to know ahead of time whether or not you're going to be doing any uncomfortable fishing later for things, or but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so it's good. How did the holidays go for you?
It was nice.
Yeah.
It was pretty simple, pretty easy. Just saw some family and stuff.
Yeah.
Gave some homemade gifts, and that was cool. It was good.
It was nice. This was not having us. I think this was the first year that we had no one in my family that was ill.
Oh, really?
For I think for like the past 4 or 5 years, it's been
because you guys had like some COVID
like
back and
every
forth
year.
a couple years
It was
ago.
it was a mess. So it was good. It was good to to have that somewhat sense of normalcy back again, of being able to get together. But
Not
Kara's
having fear.
Kara's sister came from Michigan to to hang out here and see everybody for the holidays. And she was supposed to go back, took her to BWI on Monday morning. And then Kara got back maybe 2-3 hours later, got a phone call from her. The crew didn't show up for her flight.
What? Can they just? They all just went on strike
So
or
it
something?
was like, nah. And so then she had to come back, and then she flew out again with this morning, I think. So
my
I think it was a successful attempt. But apparently what happened is the crew was flying in on another flight from somewhere where the snow was going on. And so they got stuck there.
Oh, so they no crew available.
They weren't here.
Basically.
Yeah, they didn't arrive.
They didn't go on strike.
But it was a big thing. Apparently, I was reading about it. There was a lot of different. It was like in the thousands of flights that were just like they were done, and a bunch of them out of BWI and everything too.
Because of the weather.
Yeah. Just basically not because of the weather here, but rather everything
Well,
getting
it was all over. I mean, we had
polar
this weather
vortex or whatever.
just for the sake of the future, because really just going to be future Matt listening. Hi, future Matt, whenever you're listening to this. Back when we were recording this, around that Christmas time holiday season, there was a pretty weird, like huge temperature drop.
Yeah,
it dropped to like 1 degree.
Cold wave came through,
and it went through like the East Coast, basically.
Yeah,
like it was all over.
I thought it swirled. It was like hinged around the lakes, and then it just swung around, almost like those little fire tripping guys in Mario.
Yeah,
that come around that you got to dodge them in the dungeons.
It's exactly like that. Yeah,
it was like that, but for Christmas.
It hit for Christmas.
Yeah.
And so it hit us
Christmas
all.
fire.
Christmas fire. We didn't start the fire.
Just Christmas. But this is invigorating.
This is great.
This is
what you said you watched the movie?
Please tell me you watched the movie.
Please give us something. I
watched
a review.
Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell in Spirited.
How was that?
It was a very interesting take. I mean, hey, I've seen A Christmas Carol before. Let me start off with that. Okay. I've seen Muppets do it.
There's 90 of them.
I've seen old people do it. I've seen young people do it. I've seen Michael Caine do it. That was on a different website. But this time Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell did it. And it was interesting. It was entertaining. There was a lot of singing, but luckily the singing, had an underlying comedy to it, we'll say. And so that certainly helped. That kept everything going. But it was good. There was a lot of ridiculous things, as you would want, with having the two of them working together.
I saw the synopsis for it. Basically it's just a retelling of like a Christmas Carol or whatever.
Right.
But I saw that it was a musical, and I saw the two of them on the front, and I was like, what is this going to be like? It's
completely auto-tuned, by the way, because I don't think either of them can sing at all. I mean, I've heard Will Ferrell sing, so I know how he sings.
He sounds like Fergie and wait, what was it? Like
Jesus?
Jesus. Yeah, Fergie and Jesus. That's what he really sounds like.
That's right.
Ryan Reynolds, I don't think I've ever heard him sing anything.
No,
aside from some kind of silly comedy stuff.
The beauty of technology doesn't matter.
Makes be a singer.
No difference.
It's
Zero.
all about how you look.
That's exactly right. If you look good while you're singing, we'll take care of the rest. And if you're dead, well, just green screen you in.
Look, we got deep fake. We can deep fake you right back to life.
James Gunn
Doesn't
got his
matter.
brother to play Raccoon, so he's going to be
Mhm.
fine.
Mhm.
You're going to be fine, baby girl.
You can do whatever you want nowadays.
That's it. There you go.
Baby girl.
I gotta get that little sound. That's that thing when Nicolas Cage shoots that girl in the chest. It was that really short clip that was. I think it's from what was that? Kick Ass? Was that the name of that movie?
Yeah.
They're like it's just this wide shot of them. He's on one side, she's on the other side, and it just Conan used to play it all the time on the show. They would just cut to it randomly. He says, "You'll be fine, baby girl." Bam! It just blows her off the screen. Yeah, that's always fresh in my mind. Fresh in my mind.
So would you recommend this movie?
I
saw
think
it on your Plex.
You could, yeah, it's on the Plex, of course. You could watch it. It's not like you can't miss it, but you know, it's worth throwing in to witness once for the holiday rotation. I think
That's kind of my verdict on the two movies I watched like recently.
Yeah,
I watched A Christmas Story Christmas.
Oh yeah, the new one.
Did you watch that?
I did not watch it. Yes.
So it's like, it's definitely a nostalgia kind of what's that called, like not fan fiction but like fan service.
Sure, right.
It's all the original cast except for the mom
Okay.
and the dad, because the plot revolves around that the dad is not around anymore for Christmas. He just died that year.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's gone. So
Right.
it does an interesting job of like finding itself in an acceptable place
Mm-hmm.
for the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
It's an acceptable continuation.
Right. Just
it's
to sort of move it along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. It's not great. I wouldn't like say it's a must see, but I'd say, yeah, just give it a watch and see what you think. It was all right.
Yeah, I
That's
think
fine.
that's sort of. I don't think there were any things that blew people out of the water,
Mhm.
you know, this year with anything.
Allison recommended this movie called Klaus, and it was on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Did you see that one?
Yeah,
It was
mhm.
pretty good actually.
That's what I heard. A lot of
That
good
was a-
things, and I watched a little bit of it. I never finished it, but
That's a good. I give that one a good review.
Yeah.
because I like the animation style.
Mhm.
It was cool because every time I press pause, it looked like I was watching it. It looked like just a 2-dimensional cartoon picture,
sure,
but the way everything moved was so fluid,
right.
like in the actual action of it.
Mhm.
It's very very stylistic. So and also just the plot of it's really interesting and cool. I recommend that one actually.
I'm anxious to check out what Guillermo del Toro did. The new Pinocchio.
Oh yeah, I heard that's really good.
That's like all stop animation. I think the whole
Mhm.
thing.
Yeah.
So that's that sort of thing, you know.
I also watched Violent Night last night.
Violent Night. Oh yeah.
that's, David Harbour Santa Claus.
Yes,
one.
and
It's pretty much John Wick
right.
For Christmas, and
Right.
it's it's pretty funny too. Like Santa's so fucking over it all.
Right.
He's like, all his fucking kids just complain that it's not enough, and I don't fucking care anymore.
Yeah.
He's just going into houses, drinking people's beers.
Yeah,
and
well,
just
as you do.
he just doesn't give a fuck.
Right.
And this rich ass family,
Mhm.
you know, they're getting robbed on Christmas. It's
Mhm.
like some intricate thing. It's like all this money that they're getting that these people are trying to steal.
Right.
So it's got that Die Hard feel.
Mhm.
It actually totally has that Die Hard feel of like this is a compound that
Mhm.
these guys infiltrated, and now it's like, you know, we have this whole Christmas theme, the fucking robbery going on,
Mhm.
and then it's kind of Home Alone-esque because the girl literally watched Home Alone like right before it all happened.
Well, you got to get inspired.
And she's talking to Santa Claus, and Santa Claus is basically like John Wick because he's just like this badass. Like he doesn't really want to be part of this. He's like, oh fuck, like I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Right.
But he's like a motherfucking animal because he's like I don't know. I don't want to talk anymore about it. but
Sure.
He's like a badass, and
Are you frightened? Is that why?
He's always watching.
Show me
man.
on the Santa doll where he.
He saw me while I was sleeping. He knows what I'm doing. No, I just don't want to spoil it, but and not that it's a huge spoiler. It's just interesting to kind of see it play out.
Yeah.
So it's very fucking violent.
Oh,
which is the
perfect.
best
Well,
part.
I'll definitely check it out though, because like I said,
Very.
Fat Man. I watched that. I don't know if I talked about that on the show.
I need to watch.
Oh,
Yes,
man.
we
With-
talked about that. I can't remember.
With Mel Gibson.
Yeah, so I want to watch that in comparison now.
Yeah, because they sound very similar. Because it's almost as if like Mel Gibson's playing like his quintessential character.
Mhm.
Well, actually, he's almost Danny Glover.
Fucking Jewish people!
Is that not the play of Santa?
Give me your power so I can take back Christmas. No, it's he's basically like he's old, tired Santa Claus.
Okay.
But there's this kid that didn't get any presents for Christmas, and so there's this weird like B plot going on with this guy. Mm-hmm. It's kind of confusing. That part wasn't pieced together very well, but it just reminded me of 90s action movies where they're like, we're just going to throw a mediocre, half-baked story at you because really we're just interested in blowing shit up and beating people up and shooting guns and all that kind of shit. So that's basically Fat Man. But there's some really great moments in there, like Mel Gibson being Santa Claus. He's in a bar at one point and he's got a shot of whiskey and he puts an Alka-Seltzer tablet in it to take the shot. But he is Santa and he's like kind of magic too, because there's certain things that happen through the movie. But it's just
that sounds so much like Violent Night.
Yeah,
I feel like that they probably share some original script that got passed around.
It could very well be
a rewrite.
Yeah, it could very well be. Yeah, but Fat Man was years ago.
Yeah, which is interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe just kind of languished, or that person's derivative screenplay languished.
Yeah, and I don't know that I didn't expect Fat Man to get any traction or anything. Like after I watched it, I was like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
This is just something to be like, all right, it's Christmas time. Let's put a Christmas lens over this action movie that we're watching.
That pretty much felt like because they were just being very transparent about that in Violent Night. They're like from the producers of John Wick, and,
right?
Fucking gratuitous
John Wick 2.
John Wick 2, the gratuitous action films. I mean, it's just an excuse to see awful fucking violence.
Right.
I mean, it's so gory.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I guess it could be more gory, but it's sufficiently disgusting.
Well, that's what you want.
You got Santa Claus literally stabbing people with a sharpened candy cane and like bashing their skulls in.
Oh, well,
like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking like just like squish.
Yeah.
And he's like reveling in the whole thing. It's nuts.
Well, yeah, that's for the ones that were bad. He's running out.
Well, exactly.
Coal is expensive these days.
He literally checks his list before he kills people. And he's like, oh, that one's bad.
Yeah.
Like,
there you go. But I think in Fat Man, there's the magical subtext of it all. It's like he's in like a bar or whatever, and he knows everybody. But at first you're like, oh, it's because he goes and drinks at this bar all the time. But then strangers start to come in and he's telling them, he knows who they are. He's calling them by name or whatever. And they're all confused. Some of them are like scared. Other people are like angry, like they like are paranoid. And so it's an interesting little spin on the traditional character. So, you gotta get your shots in where you can.
You gotta get Mel Gibson wherever he will be found, and a lot of times it's in a very Christian slanted fashion.
He figured, listen, I already took care of the big guy. It's time to take care of number two, and Santa must be that.
And I gotta take a number two.
That's right. That's right.
In my pants.
That's it.
Because I am wasted.
Just make sure that Santa's sack isn't too far off. And I have to change your clothes in there. Yeah, for the next scene, you got to keep everything fresh.
All right, somebody hose Gibson down again.
Let's do that one more time. Hose him down, change the pants.
So smelly. God, why'd they cast him?
The beard is just dirty.
Oh.
They just got all the crew members that had COVID to take care of them because they didn't have a sense of smell. They're like, we're going to use this to our advantage.
Yeah, just double mask, all right?
Yeah, you'll figure it out.
Actually, it doesn't matter if he gets COVID. Have you heard how anti-Semitic he is?
He's magic. That doesn't make a difference. He'll be fine.
Get COVID.
Yeah.
I hope it treats him poorly.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out in post.
We'll edit it out. It's fine. We can deep fake
We'll
him.
just cut his character out in post.
He smells so bad. Let's just deep fake Gibson the rest of the way.
We got enough. They intercut scenes from the Lethal Weapon movies. They go from him being all old with his big beard, to him having his big his 90s hair with his curls.
Could you imagine watching a movie which is half newly shot material,
right,
and the other half is crudely pasted together like sentences from a whole bunch of different movies?
That's what I want to do. I was just watching
editing nightmare.
They need a whole team. Yeah, It's pants, budget, and editing. That's the whole movie. I was just watching John Goodman, Jeff Bridges, and Steve Buscemi sitting around talking to one of the people from the Today Show. Mm-hmm. They shot this little promo a while back that they were going to do for the Big Lebowski, like for an anniversary or whatever. But because they were talking about the Big Lebowski, they couldn't air any of it because they were just fuck every 20 seconds talking about like reciting lines and stuff.
Are they sitting like in the booth of a bar?
Yeah,
I've seen this before.
Yeah. It was great just like having them go back and forth talking about stuff, telling stories. And then they were talking about when they were looping the movie to overdub it, that they were like improvising those lines. They can say you can say whatever you want. And I was like screaming at the television because John Goodman was trying to remember the line that he says when trying to fuck a stranger in the ass is say to find a stranger in the Alps. And I'm like, I have it on a t-shirt, goddamn it. Yeah, but it's
John Goodman, won't you remember this? This is my whole life. This is a defining moment.
It all drained out of his body.
I remember seeing that on TV. I think the first time I ever watched that movie was on TV, and that's all I heard was the find a stranger in the Alps thing, which I had no idea what he was really saying at the time because it's so intricately different.
Yeah, you can see it doesn't line up, but it's you're not quite sure. Yeah, it's just like watching Mel Gibson play Santa Claus.
Yeah,
this doesn't quite line up, but
why is this
we're just gonna enjoy it anyway.
I feel like him as Santa is inherently disturbing already. Like I don't feel like he belongs as Santa. He all I think of him is just like on constant verge of like confusion and being upset from Signs. You ever seen Signs? Like how he plays that character. He's always like,
right.
Like he looks like he's about to either like have a panic attack, or he's about to like just lose his mind.
It's a caged animal that has been in the dark for all of its life, and all the windows have just been opened. He's confused. He doesn't know what's going on. He sees shadows.
He can smell things. He can see things a little bit. That's what I feel like Mel Gibson is all the time.
But he plays Danny Glover's character in Lethal Weapon a little bit because he's just old and tired. He's just getting too old for this shit. I think he might even say that at one point.
Wait a minute. Meanwhile, I can't remember where I was. I think I was hopping on Benny's stream one day, and they were watching Lethal Weapon, and I saw fucking Danny Glover in Lethal Weapon. Is fucking ripped.
Oh yeah, of course he is.
I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
He doesn't even have teeth anymore.
No.
Was it that long ago?
It was
that movie
while.
Came out in the like 90s.
It was a while back. Yeah.
I guess 30 years ago. On top of 30-year-olds, now they're 60.
They are.
It's time to retire.
And Danny Glover, I mean, after all the Lethal Weapon money, it went straight to his candy budget. Yeah. His teeth are gone. By the time they couldn't even do a fifth movie because his teeth were gone.
He's a fucking millionaire. He can't afford Fix-A-Dent.
No.
Get those fucking teeth stuck.
Get implants for God's sake.
God almighty. Do something more permanent. My God. I've met people with far less money who have a much better job with
I've met people with far less money and with far more teeth.
That's right.
Right?
Goddamn right.
Put it into your mouth. Put your money where your mouth is, please.
Literally. I'm tired of hearing you.
Somebody do it for God's sake. Jesus Christ.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Everybody's getting old though.
Oh my God. And us too.
Yeah, but we're not doing it quick enough.
That's true.
I want to
be like
all the TVs to turn off at once. Do you mean like the guy, the gay politician?
Well, yeah, because dead, but also expired.
Same thing.
Same difference. One's a human life.
One gets stamped, and so you know when it's going to be.
Yeah,
the other one usually just happens by accident.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or at least
or hatefully.
Yeah, or hatefully. Yes,
targeted.
It could be. Yeah, sometimes it's targeted. You have to make do with what you have, as far as your awareness of those things. Mm-hmm. But so I don't know.
I was just hoping that we can all finish this whole, this show soon.
It would be good to just have everybody just line up. Maybe if we do that, the We Are the World thing, right? Everybody lines up, take a bow at once.
We are the children.
And then we just offset the gravity of the earth and it just hurls us into the sun. We all take a final bow at once. We have to organize it though.
Okay.
And we have to figure out the whole concept of like the speed of sound so that everybody does it at the same time, because we can't have this delayed like snake effect, because that's just going to make the planet wobble, and that's just going to make Christmas like in the middle of summer. So we don't want that.
No.
Because then Mel Gibson will have nothing to do, and we're bound to get lethal Lethal Weapon 8. I'm just going to skip over all the other ones. It's just going to be him trying to like get hostages out of a nursing home or something like that.
He'll pull Joe Pesci out of retirement for that.
Well, one can only hope.
That would make it worthwhile. So you're saying you want to jettison all the people off of the planet by somehow stopping the Earth from
No,
turning?
not that we're going to stop
Do
the
we need
Earth.
Superman to stop the Earth real quick and just shoot us all into space?
Do we have a giant toothpick? We can just like a cocktail olive, just right through the core. No, just have everybody line up. So it's like just this big band. Well, it would be a big spiral, I guess, because there's more people than there is, room around the Earth. I think a bunch of people are going to drown, but that's okay. If we interlock arms tight enough,
they can just be.
Yeah, we can float.
Yeah, they can be.
We'll be fine.
Suspended over.
We'll be fine,
oceans.
or they can stand on some people. We'll have extra people.
Yeah.
And when we all bow at the same time, but we have to figure out a way to do 3, 2, 1, bow, right? To do the final bow. The curtain comes down. I don't know where the curtain's coming from, but we'll figure that out too. That's just more logistics stuff. That's I'm an ideas guy, and so we just go. we're gonna go into this. Everybody's gonna take a bow, but because of the force of all of the people bowing at once, right? It's going to create a gust to push, and it's going to create a vacuum and push the Earth just a little bit off course, and it's going to make it spiral like a top that's losing momentum, and it's going to go straight into the sun.
There's a few things.
Just body after body, busting out of shit wood and hitting pavement.
Couldn't we possibly just schedule a time for everyone to jump on the planet Earth?
Yeah, but we would want to offset it though.
But all people jumping on planet Earth at the same time would just start.
Well, yeah, but that's
wobble us all over.
But that's the same thing I was saying. If they don't bow in unison, it's just going to cause it to wobble a little bit, and that'll just kick us off kilter.
Yeah, but that's enough to like fuck up the gravitational pull.
Only if we do it the right way.
How the fuck is a bow? A universal bow.
Because there's a lot of force. It's amplified. It's just like you can have if you have a billion little speakers, that's as loud as a Marshall.
I think we should, instead of going around the surface of the Earth, we should just line up.
Why don't we just throw a bunch of nukes at each other? Why don't we just do it the old-fashioned way?
I think if we just did the whole, pressing the red buttons.
Let's just do that.
Let's just vote for Trump again, and that'll solve us all of our problems.
Merry Christmas.
There it is. For some people, it's unironic.
This is true. Yeah. Not for his kids, though. His kids aren't backing him this time around. They're like, we can't give you our blessing.
They won't?
No.
Oh. Are they somehow gaining intelligence? What's happening?
Well, I think they're just, the novelty's worn off.
Yeah, they're not making enough money.
Not getting as many likes. But they will get some weird news.
They will, whether they like it or not.
That's exactly right. It's going to be the best.
It's not like never before.
It's going to be, you've never seen news this weird.
You said they say
blueberries,
maybe the weirdest.
Maybe the weirdest. We don't know.
Who does cucumbers? I like cucumbers. I'm the only one. I like cucumbers.
I like them.
We like them. We like weird news. All right. Here we are.
This is, once 300 hit, that's about
right.
the peak.
We gave up. We gave up at that point.
We gave it the best effort. Here we are showing you for real that's all you got.
That's all you're getting.
Just stop at 3.
300's all you're getting, folks.
No, I meant the third episode.
3 is all you're getting, folks. That's all you're getting. Don't ask for any more, because if you do, you're going to get it.
You're going to be sorely disappointed.
And what you're going to get is going to be disappointing. The disappointment is what you're going to get. That's it. Yeah. Okay. There's that. There's this. All right. And we'll move this in the way. And here we go.
I like that you have it on a soundboard, but you're just going to hum it yourself.
I forgot. All right, here we go. Wait, first, before we do this, I'm going to fix my apron because it's riding up.
Okay.
Nothing worse than having an apron that rides up.
Damn it. I hope that you can hear this on the microphone, all this squeaking and crunching.
Jesus Christ.
There you
Get
go.
this.
I believe it's meant to be worn while standing in general.
Listen, I've been breaking rules my whole life. Most of them.
So what are we really looking at here as far as the artwork is concerned?
It's
It's
an
like
attempt. It's an attempt to. It's supposed to be Baphomet, I believe. With they got a sulfur symbol down there. That's about it. Everything else is just artistic liberty.
Gotcha.
Third-eyed goat. I like goats. I like goats.
He's got like stigmata going on.
Well, yeah,
Doesn't he?
He's supposed to be, extra blasphemous. I think
I see.
that's the goal. Is the extra blasphemy?
He's he's definitely covered in a considerable amount of blood.
Well, that's what we're assuming. We're assuming that's blood. For all we know, it could be Bosco.
True.
Could be Hershey's syrup.
Could just be something delicious and dark.
Now we're in good shape. Okay. Now we can do weird news. Now that my apron is on straight.
Now we'll grace you with
Now
some weird
everything's
news.
going to work out right.
We're gonna use all of the little bit of power we have over you
Woo!
to give you this is the only thing worthwhile about our show is this segment.
Woo!
That's why we're
I
why we're
never
holding it
said
back.
that. You said that.
Okay, here we go.
I never done
Help me, Jesus! Help me, Jewish God! Help me, Allah! Ah!
Weird news.
Weird news on the Kickstarter net.
Help me, Tom Cruise! Tom Cruise used a witch gun on me to get the fire off me! Ah, help me, Oprah Winfrey! Ah!
A tarantula enjoys a fine chewing gum. The human torch is denied a bank loan. The arsonist has bought his shit.
And now with this week's weird news, here's Mitch.
Alrighty, so here we are. Let me get the video up there for our viewers at home. All right, folks, it's weird news time. Here we go. Last weird news of the year.
All right.
All right.
Better be exceptional, phenomenal,
It's going to be
and not normal.
It's going to be
If it's normal
possibly the
news,
best. We don't know.
maybe the weirdest, maybe not.
Maybe not. We don't know.
Maybe I don't know better than Lincoln.
That's right. Well, we're gonna start off. We're gonna start off strong. Okay.
Oh, what the fuck? There's a horror movie that's called Megan with a 3 instead of an E,
Yeah.
and it looks just like what I'm looking at right now. Okay.
Well,
What the fuck is this?
we've been waiting for this for a long time. It's finally here, folks. South Korea has formally lifted a ban to import full body sex dolls, ending years of debate over how much the government should be able to interfere.
South Korea has not had sex dolls?
Apparently not.
Or-
Apparently not.
Okay.
Now, the first problem I see is that this camera person is shooting straight up the sex doll skirt. There's no decency. I mean, granted, she's not crossing her legs.
I know she's not granted the human rights,
Right.
But I do feel like it seems wrong.
Well,
doesn't
she's a Sharon Stone fan. So although there are no laws or regulations banning the import of sex dolls, hundreds, perhaps thousands, have been seized by customs, which cited a clause in a law that bans the imports of goods that, quote, harm the country's beautiful traditions and public morale.
Okay, so
So,
why are they allowed to have like cigarettes then?
well, yeah, I mean, that's
And you
part
know
of,
they're
that's part of
smoking
the
like
country's beautiful traditions.
You know they fucking smoke like chimneys over there because they're not allowed to have any sex dolls.
That's exactly right.
Gotta
They've
get
got
out
to
somewhere.
they have to blow off some steam. So it might as well be
If they
smoked.
can't blow up some steam, then they have to
That's
blow it off.
that's exactly right. Yeah.
If they can't get blown off, then they got to blow it off
That's
themselves.
well, I don't think they're going to get blown off by these rubber
Not
sex
this one.
dolls.
Its mouth
That's
is
right.
real close.
Not that year. So importers complained and took their case to court, most of which agreed with them and ordered customs to release the sex dolls, saying they're used in people's private spaces and don't undermine human dignity.
Okay, so over here we have people in cages like
Right.
who are trying to immigrate to our
Yeah.
country, and they're all like they're separated. Their children are separated from their parents,
Right.
And there's an entire warehouse like the Indiana Jones movie full of sex dolls.
Well,
that
again,
have just been let
beautiful
loose.
country's traditions. We've been putting people in cages since we first came over on the Mayflower. You know, we're not going to stop now. Okay. On Monday.
Oh my god.
On Monday, the Korean Customs Service said in a statement that it began enforcing revised guidelines to import life-size sex dolls.
Let's look on the bright side here, though.
Yeah.
You can't have. Why are they so restrictive when they can't get anchor babies? They can.
Well,
These are just sex dolls.
yeah,
These are also just personal items. I mean, anyways, go on.
Well,
Go on.
So Allison's talking about some stuff in the chat here. We're going to get to that in a minute. So while the decision reflects South Korea's slow, gradual moves to restrict state interference into personal lives, some women's rights and conservation organizations. Conservation. We need to protect the property from these sex dolls. No, conservative. They take the same habitat from the owls.
They're perched in trees, taking up all the natural resources.
How many times have you been driving down a country road in the middle of the night and seen thousands of sex dolls,
Here's the
glowing
problem.
eyes?
You get the sex doll, that's fine, but then you got the mouse pellet that you gotta extract from it every single day.
You dig through that, you can see all the bones in there.
And all the bones,
It's
all the little
because sex
mice.
dolls only have a cloaca.
It's just a bunch of fur.
That's
and
it. It's
matted
all
up
it is.
hair
It's all
and
it is.
all round bones. They just suck the meat right off the digestive system.
That's it, right?
Eviscerates
Well, so the Customs Service said it will still ban the import of childlike sex dolls. So
that I agree with.
apparently that's
Okay,
the thing.
that might harm
That's
the beautiful tradition of not having a pedophilic nation.
I think that might be part of the reason. But then again,
Well, this one, I know that they're. Look, this is going to sound awful.
Yeah.
I know that they're Korean.
right?
Okay,
Yes.
and that they're typically very cheruby kind of features.
Sure.
Because
Cherubic.
That's
Yeah.
the word I'm thinking.
Or cherubic. Yeah. Mhm.
Where it's very everything's very smooth and kind of almost very youthful.
Yeah.
So I can't tell if this one is supposed to be like a child.
The age is
They're
tough to
also
tell.
shorter,
We
too.
could cut them in half and count the rings, but that's about all. That's the only method
I
we
think
really
you
have.
should cut the stomach open and see how many mice it's ingested.
That's really where you.
And then-
That's where you start and see.
That's where you start.
Because you can always seal. You just take a little soldering iron. You can melt that stomach right back together
plastic,
again.
baby.
That's it. It's just like bones on Star Trek. He just has
Mhm.
those little beepy things, and everything's fine.
Bones on Star Trek.
Yeah, the Dr. McCoy.
Dr. Bones.
Dr. McCoy and Kirk calls him Bones.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
I have not watched enough of Star Trek for me to get
It's on
this
the
joke.
Plex.
I'm sorry.
So
I know you're making a beautiful joke. You're making your beautiful tradition of
beautiful
joke
traditions
making.
are being raped in front of me.
because of my childlike innocence and immaturity.
Good
I
God.
didn't understand it.
That's it. Well, we thought our people's right to seek happiness and use sex dolls in their private lives has been restricted by the state, said Lee Sang-jin, who headed one of the company's online shopping malls. There are various types of people who use sex dolls, including those who are sexually alienated and those who use them for artistic purposes.
Okay,
Why
sure.
don't you just get a mannequin?
That's a
Yeah.
that's a pretty broad term. Artistic purposes.
Yes, this is my art.
Mhm.
I'm not even gonna.
I'm the art of
That's right.
fucking.
That's it.
Something that doesn't have anything to say.
I read the book. It's called The Art of Fucking. It's beautiful. It's got velvet cover.
This thing is alike. It's alike to Stevie Wonder that it can't see, but it's slightly dissimilar to Stevie Wonder in that it doesn't make any beautiful music, have any sense of agency, can't vote, can't give me, can't eat, can't sleep,
and it's responsible for human rights violations, just like R. Kelly. Well, so the Lee said the decision by the customs was reasonable, but quote a bit late. So there you go. So if you're in where are we in South Korea, your sex dolls are finally free.
Finally,
You
it's
can
funny.
finally, but the problem is, customs officials said that they're still likely to hold on to more than 1,000 sex dolls that have been sent to South Korea since 2018. We're gonna just hold on to these for a little bit more for artistic purposes.
We're gonna just hold on.
Yeah,
to
we're just
these.
real. This particular one's just. I'm gonna make sure this doesn't go anywhere. Yeah,
As they gently stroke the hair.
I'm gonna keep an eye on this for many
Research
years
purposes.
to come. Yes, that's right. That's I like to decompress with a little art at the end of the day.
I'll spare you the violation of the beautiful tradition of our country. I'll keep them in my own private storage facility that only I have a key to access.
Does anybody have any crack?
Escalated very quickly. Yeah, of course we do. Of course we do. Yes, yes.
What do you think this is,
What?
North Korea?
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
We have beautiful traditions here.
We love crack here. What do you think? We're a fucking weird dictatorship or something?
God. Yeah,
I
exactly
think
right.
we're dictating people's morality.
Come
out
on
here?
now. Come
Jesus
on.
Christ. Hand me the sex doll.
That's right.
All right. And hand the crack pipe over here,
That's
too.
right.
Let me hit that.
That's exactly right. I
And the
love
sex
that.
doll, you
My
have to
sex
back.
doll, if you pull the head back, is like a Pez dispenser. There's a crack pipe inside.
It gives you like a shotgun of crack.
Exactly right.
It gives you that secondhand smoke.
It's got a little fog machine. I just rigged it up. It works out great. Well, I'll tell you what did work out great. Ace, we're heading your way. I don't think you're here anymore, but
Ace!
we're heading down to Shepherdsville, Kentucky. Okay. A Cousin Eddie display in Kentucky apparently looked a little too real, and police were called to check it out.
Oh, wow. So this is
Okay.
like kind of tangential to, or rather,
See?
analogous to what's going on in South Korea.
You thought South Korea was far away.
You thought they were weird?
If you dig through Kentucky, straight to South Korea.
Yeah, right to South Korea.
Right on the
right
nose.
into that warehouse, that
That's-
Indiana Jones warehouse.
That's
of sex
exactly
dolls.
right. Yep.
And that's how they got this particular mannequin.
They sure did, yeah, and there's plenty of them left too. 999 as a matter of fact. So after receiving a call, dispatcher described the scene to responding officers as a quote male standing outside. He is naked. He has a robe covering part of his body, and he is exposing himself, and he has a hose between his legs.
Oh my God. I mean, good try.
Yeah,
It's pretty off base.
it would be more likely for Randy Quaid to be out there doing it, really,
Very
especially
much
these
more
days.
likely.
Yeah,
Let me just
Juan's
clarify.
got it. He's off his rocker now. Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah,
Holy shit. If you've heard him speak about anything,
he's long gone. Yeah,
he needs to be like under the care and supervision of
that's right.
somebody.
Well, these customs agents
Yeah.
in South Korea need something to do now. Take care of Randy Quaid. Officers arrived at the Shepherdsville home and find a mannequin in the yard that looked like Cousin Eddie from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It was decorated with a robe, a hat, a cigar, and a beer, and was holding what appeared to be an orange hose. Homeowner Joni Keeney said she decided to put up the display from her favorite Christmas movie to have some fun. Everybody has a Cousin Eddie in their family. Everybody. Keeney said.
I don't care if your whole family
it's
are
one of those.
orphan.
It's one of those. That's right. You go to ancestry.com and you find your Cousin Eddie. He's out there. All right. And if you can't find him, you're the Cousin Eddie. That's how it works. You're an only child. Congratulations.
I don't care if you're successful. You're the weirdo.
Doesn't make a goddamn bit of difference. So she said, I just want everybody to have a good Christmas and get a laugh. Responding officers did get a laugh, and they took some photos of the display. Never a dull moment, Shepherdsville Police Chief Rick McCubbin said before shooting 4 people. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. Well, we had something. We need to do some with this report.
See, the thing is, I would shoot it, but it doesn't have a heartbeat, so I don't get any satisfaction.
It just
out
seems
of
like fucking a sex doll.
If you can't fight me about it, what's the point?
Yeah, it's like smoking crack out of a sex doll. Well, to keep with our Christmas theme here, folks, a Kentucky woman won.
Oh, Ace!
What? That's right. We're still there.
Yes!
We're still down there. A Kentucky
I
woman.
hope he listens back at
I
some
know.
point.
Yes, won $175,000 from a scratch-off lottery ticket she received at a gift exchange at her company holiday party.
Wow, that's a
I hope
hell
that
of a Christmas bonus.
I hope that she walked back into work She gave everybody the middle finger. She was like, "Fuck all of you," and just walked out the door.
I've got enough money for about a year and a half of living on my own.
I'm gonna go. What was that?
I think that was a fucking like beetle.
Oh,
it was just crawling on my leg.
Oh, well.
Anyways, go on.
It's Christmas. Christmas beetle.
Christmas beetle.
That's right.
It's Japanese.
It could be. You never know.
It might have been a weird sex obsessed.
It could be. You never know. Sometimes you have to make a trip. But what are you doing?
I'm looking for it. I don't want it to sneak up on me again. It got me once.
Just keep your gun ready.
All right.
But that's it. So Lori Janes of Louisville told Kentucky lottery officials that she had a coworker from the Harmon Dental Center.
Is that where Ace goes?
It might be. Ace, let us
He's
know.
in Louisville.
Let us know. I know.
This
yeah,
is like in his backyard.
It is. Well, and if this isn't where he goes, he needs to start going there. Get information on her.
We know who it is, Ace.
Yes.
We know where you can go and ask for money.
It's
175.
Harmon Dental Center. Yes.
Harmon Dental Center.
Exactly right.
It's like it is only enough money though for you to be like, yeah, like I can last about a year and a half before I have to go back to work.
Well, I mean, and it could be enough to like buy a rocket and shoot yourself into space. And like
that's true.
It's the kind that you buy in pieces on the internet and you assemble it yourself.
If you could be given like let's say you could be given like $500,000 and a gun with one bullet in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You spend that $500,000,
right?
However long that takes you, and you just blow your brains out. Would you make that?
Well,
what would you do? Would you stretch that out? Would you take that money and just turn it into like?
Is the rule that you have to blow your brains out after the
Yes.
money's gone? Well, I think I would take that money. I would go to a deserted island.
Put the gun in your mouth and blow your fucking brains out. Just hope that it did well.
I'd invested in special surgery to have a tube put in through my head so that I could shoot the bullet straight through.
Safely exit.
Right? That's it. All that time healing. Now, I would take all the money, put it in a duffel bag, go to a deserted island and just live there. Just with a duffel bag of money. And that way, if I ever wanted to leave, I'd just start, waving the money around, get some pirates to come pick me up, rob a bunch of ships.
It's your ticket out of there.
That's it. It's better than an IRA, really. Well, see, that's if Tom Hanks had been thinking that's, he was too busy fucking a volleyball. So
doing his own dental surgery with a ski or a skate or whatever, right?
Well, it's really whatever you have available. When you have a whole duffel bag full of money, you can knock your teeth out with a duffel bag of money. Especially if you get it in pennies. Then you'd be in real good shape. So she and one of her coworkers at Harmon Dental Center were having a white elephant gift exchange when she lost her first pick, which was a $25 TJ Maxx gift card.
Oh boy, that would have probably been,
She ended up with the $25 worth of scratch-off lottery tickets. So the person who brings the lottery tickets is normally the person who you're just like, fuck you. You couldn't have just bought a knick-knack or something.
Yeah,
you bought these lottery tickets that are probably just going to be garbage.
You gave me disappointment in the biggest
exactly
way
right.
possible. Like 9 times out of 10.
So I hope that she spends at least $75,000 of this just ruining the person's life.
That would be hilariously ironic because that person who gave her the ticket is probably sitting there like screaming, like, oh my god, I could have won. I bought that dumb ticket.
Yeah, they didn't spend the time to put the tube in their head.
The joke was on them.
Yeah, they just
the one who bought that ticket got completely fucked.
Time to cash out.
They got fucked worse than all these sex dolls that got released in South Korea.
Oh yeah, every single one. Every single
dirtier
one.
And nastier.
That's it. That's exactly right. Yeah. Well, everyone was going insane. People were getting their calculators out and double checking. A couple of people even scanned the ticket on their lottery app just to make sure. I couldn't believe it. It was just a $25 gift exchange, and I won $175,000. She called her family, but they were initially skeptical. They're like, "Come on, you've been huffing the laughing gas at the dental center again."
We know you have a problem.
We're after the holidays are over. We're taking you to rehab.
Your father's heart can't take it.
We're tired.
Not again.
Listen, you can't. I don't know how many times I have to tell you. You're not Vin Diesel. You can't just huff nitrous all the time. Okay, it just doesn't work. We figured.
You say family one more time.
Say family one more time. Your family's leaving. I'm taking them all. We're all going. Okay. We figured she didn't look at it right, but then when we heard people in the background celebrating, we realized it was real.
She has the kind of face on her that tells me that she probably didn't think it through very much.
No.
I wouldn't say a fucking word to anyone. I'd just be like, Oh, well, I didn't really get anything. That's what I'd do. And I'd leave that party right away.
Yeah.
And I'd go and get that motherfucking money, and I wouldn't tell a soul. I would do it anonymously. I don't know if in Kentucky you're allowed to do that. In some states you're not allowed to be anonymous, but
yeah, you have to.
They can't stop you from, ordering a big glass of water
and a big old steak, just dumping that water all over as fast as you can.
But couldn't you wear like a disguise? Or
Oh,
whatever?
plenty of people do it. I mean, you can just
Your
wear
name's
a
out
face
there,
mask.
but-
Yeah, but I mean, but it is.
Honestly, it would behoove everyone to change their name to John Smith.
Yeah,
Because then you're so hard to find. Oh, you'd have to see your face.
yeah.
And at that point, you can obscure your face enough.
That or you just make an LLC. That's the best thing to do. You
An
make an
LLC, that's
LLC, and
true.
then you accept the winnings from the LLC.
That's a really good idea.
You're welcome.
Fuck.
Don't say we never gave you anything. Merry Christmas. This
Yeah,
is
that's
so crazy. I'm truly blessed, she says. There you go. Live, laugh, love.
Blessed with what? Most lottery winners go through horrible
That's
tragedy.
exactly. She's ready. She's ready for it all to fall down.
I guess so. So are we.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly right. We're just waiting for it.
We've already won the lottery.
That's right.
Kind of lottery that you don't want to win.
That's exactly right. The
It's-
kind that they talk about in what was that movie?
It's called the lottery.
The Lottery. That's exactly right.
Hunger Games.
The Hunger Games. Well, no, before that, the story we read, I think it was like in 8th grade.
It's called the lottery.
It was called the Lottery. Yes. Well, I'll tell you what this is called. Officials said the message "Smoke weed every day" showed up on an LED display sign on the side of the road in India's largest city. Was the result of a quote technical glitch.
Sure.
Yeah,
Wasn't the result of Snoop Dogg entering your atmosphere.
it's just whenever it gets in proximity, it's like
Jams
just
the
like
signal.
just a whole bunch of squares and weird dashes show up, and then it just starts scrolling across to everything as he drives by. It's just magic. So Akshat Deora posted a video to Twitter after spotting the unusual roadside message while traveling on a road in Mumbai. The message, "Smoke weed every day," can be seen scrolling on the sign, which had been placed on the road to give traffic instructions on where to go amid construction. So, that's just pull over and just smoke a bunch of weed, and wherever you end up, that's the detour now.
In India's busiest city, I think that's probably one of the most dangerous pranks you could possibly pull. Because
It really
these
is,
people,
yeah.
I don't think that they.
What
really,
if it was like a bridge out sign?
Yeah,
So
I mean, who even knows? It's so populated.
smoke weed every day, you're about to go off a bridge.
Smoke weed now,
There
quick.
you go. Hurry up.
Last thing you'll enjoy.
Time to spark up.
Your
That's
ass is
it.
gone, bud.
That was one of the Resident Evil movies, I think, that they're like the guy's going off the bridge and he's got a joint like in the visor.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It is. You're right.
I don't know why
It's
that
one of those
just-
terribly
just came to me.
bastardized things. They have all the same characters,
Right.
And none of the same like plot or
No,
anything worthwhile at all.
no. Can't do that. That requires too much work. Too much work. Too many fans.
You
Too
got
many.
the whole outline right there, but now let's do something different.
That's right. Let's switch it up a little bit here. Well, Pravin Padwal, Joint Commissioner
Uh-oh.
for traffic with the Mumbai police, told India today that L&T, the company responsible for the sign, blames, quote, some technical glitch for the wrong message. I don't know.
how it happened.
It was just like, I don't know. It's just a bunch of guys were there, and it just, I don't know.
A bunch of letters got typed into an interface that
Well,
only human thumbs can
That's
use.
right.
It's very weird.
You can only type with your you can only
It's
type.
India, Matt.
Yeah, you can only type these
All right.
these messages.
The other fingers are occupied with eating like naan and fucking
it's
hummus
so
and weird
it's
shit.
so secure. You have to
Hummus, what am I
scan
talking
all 8 of your fingerprints, and you can only type with your thumbs.
There's a special keyboard
It's the-
we use just for that.
That's it. It's the way that they keep everything secure.
If you got one hand, can't work there.
No, that's exactly right.
Or
You're
you
out.
got less than 10 fingers. Nope.
Nope. You're on bridge watching
You,
duty.
you get on bridge duty or you're a janitor.
That's right.
You clean the keyboard.
Whichever one you want. Well, Padwal said the sign was shut down while L&T's information technology team works on the issue. They're like, what do we just there you go. It's done. Piece of cake. I got 8 thumbs. I was made for this job.
Polydactyl. I got like all these thumbs. You know, this doesn't help that. Let me just tell you an anecdote.
And most
here.
of them aren't even mine.
It doesn't help that when I was in elementary school, Greg was in class with this Indian child
Yes.
who had two extra thumbs on his own thumbs.
What the fuck
And
are
his
you
name
talking
was
about?
Amit.
What the
He was
fuck are you talking about?
polydactyl. He had extra thumbs coming off of his thumbs.
So you're saying this
weren't-
motherfucker had 12 fingers?
Yes. 100%. He had 12 fucking fingers.
Like at the palm or just at the last
No,
knuckle?
off of the joint.
What the hell?
He had an extra thumb. It looked like.
Could he
this.
articulate both of them?
No.
Oh, that's a
No,
shame.
he didn't have
Would've
any.
been great
I
with
don't
the
think he had
ladies.
the. Yeah, I know, right?
Or
he
the
could've been-
gents.
He could have been a great texter. He
Yeah,
didn't have texting back then. So
until he
God
got into the technology program.
But maybe this is him.
It's like, I don't get it. It's so easy for me. You assholes have to use two hands. Sucks to be you. If thumbs put us above all the rest of the animals, I guess I'm the king, right?
I knew God blessed me.
I give that 4 thumbs up.
Can you? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Shut the fuck up.
That's right. Well, I'll tell you, this person that heads up 7 Up there, they were playing. But
Oh yeah, he's like the champ of that. 'cause
that's
he got 2
exactly
fucking
right.
thumbs
All
each
the time. He's like, no, I didn't feel anything.
I didn't want to ever touch those hands. By the way, they look creepy.
I
I
would.
mean, he was a sweet little kid, but it was creepy to me.
That would be some weird. You could never do
Can you
crime.
imagine being 7 years old
Right.
and seeing somebody with 2 thumbs?
If
on
you ever
the-
got fingerprinted, they'd have to draw a little extra box on the form. Thumb 1, thumb 2, thumb 3, 4. God damn. That's some wild shit.
It causes problems everywhere he goes.
I believe it. I
There's
believe it.
no such
Nonstop.
thing as a solution when you're that different.
Mm.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, well, sometimes you can toggle the light switch just with your thumbs. It's great. There's so many things. I'm just gonna think about this the rest of the day. All the
Yeah.
different things you could do with 2 thumbs on
If you
one hand.
just- I mean, 2 thumbs is kind of a better situation.
It is.
per hand. If they were articulated, it would be even better. I mean, that'd be fantastic.
I
Now
remember-
there are people who are polydactyl that have like extra pinkies.
Now that's what I was going to talk about, because I remember the first time I saw the Oscar-winning classic Van Helsing, starring Hugh Jackman and Kate Beckinsale.
One of the worst movies of all fucking time. How do you like that movie and you don't like Soul Survivor? It's the same quality. It's just the only.
No, it's not. It is fucking
The
not.
only difference is the budget.
No,
Yes, it is.
It's not. There's CGI in Van Helsing. There's monsters.
They were both written by somebody who got punched in the back of the head.
All they did, well, yeah, that may be, but one of them had 4 thumbs. Okay, so you rattled something loose extra. But no, that when they turn into vampires, they get the extra finger on the other side of the palm, and I was like, that would really make it easier to catch a baseball. And so it's like,
They're
there's
amazing baseball players.
vampire baseball. That's it. That's what you want to do.
It's that right there, right?
Yeah. So they could do the whole thing there.
It would be fantastic. I'm not sure why we haven't developed this.
I think there was another animal that had that at one point. I remember seeing a skeleton
Here's
once.
the thing, Allison.
Yeah,
We
Allison,
need your help here.
who's got a thumb over on that side?
What
does
creature?
Who does 2? Who? I have 2 thumbs. I'm the only one. Yeah. Well, police broke down the doors of a London
the
art.
most egregious form of the stupid uncle magic
Yeah, I
trick.
got your thumb. Yeah, exactly
Yeah.
right. Well, the police broke down the doors of a London art gallery to save a woman who was slumped over unconscious at a table, only to discover she was made of packing tape and foam filler.
What the fuck? Wait, this is not a person.
This
here?
is not a person.
I
No,
got tricked.
you were tricked.
I got fooled.
You were fooled, just like every TSA agent who has somebody trying to sneak.
Like every
their
TSA agent
rubber
that didn't
wife.
check my butthole.
That's exactly
I was
right.
fooled.
Oh, you got him
I got
every
bamboozled.
time. Bamboozled, hornswoggled, even. Just for Christmas, though. The lifeless woman they had been trying to save was, in fact, an art installation entitled Christina. So I want to know what the inspiration. Maybe I
She
don't.
doesn't have a pulse.
Something's wrong. She's just all clammy and glossy. Which was on display at the London Art Gallery.
Yeah, what was the inspiration? Was it somebody who died of carbon
I
monoxide poisoning in a library while they're looking up porn?
Just trying to process my grief. Yeah. She never did find which in the video she was looking for.
And I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
Oh, Allison said maybe koalas have 2 thumbs. I think
shit.
I think you might be right. I think it is a marsupial.
That's nuts.
That's got that. Yeah, I think you're right. And it
Yeah,
might.
she might be right.
Yeah, I think the doc might be right.
The person
I
that's
think the animal doc might be right about that animal. I might give it to her.
now that Matt is confirmed,
Yes.
you can rest assured your knowledge is accurate.
You can
and efficient.
finally take that to the bank. That's exactly right. Well, the work was commissioned by Steve
Lasagna.
Lazaridis.
Okay.
Lasagna Reedies. Banksy's former agent and dealer behind Laz Emporium.
Oh, so Banksy's former agent?
Apparently. So he said Hannah, who was working in the gallery that day, had just locked up and gone upstairs to make a cup of tea. She came down to find the door lying on the ground off of its hinges and two confused police officers rushing towards the art installation. So they destroyed the door and ran towards it. There you go. So let's see. London's Metropolitan Police were responding to a call about a person in distress at the gallery. Officers forced entry to the address where they uncovered the person was actually, in fact, a mannequin. The police spokesperson said the art installation features a woman wearing trainers and a yellow hoodie, slumped face forward into a bowl of soup. I see the bowl of soup now. It's like white, and there's like a little red square on design on it there. It's right below if you follow the hood line there down. Just above the urethra. No, it's there. It's beneath the face. Do you see it?
Forehead in it?
No, well, no.
What part of her face is
her
in
face?
The
like
bowl?
where her chin and mouth would be. It's directly in front of her on the table.
Wow!
Do you see
it because of the way in which the bowl
Yeah.
looks.
Yeah.
Because I think it's so reflective. I guess.
Yeah.
Is that the case?
No.
What, the bowl's not reflective?
No, the bowl isn't
I
reflective.
feel like I'm looking at one of those pictures that you got to stare at for like 4 hours.
It's a
just in order
schooner.
It's a schooner. It's not a schooner. It's a fucking boat, idiot.
Scooter is a sailboat, idiot. Well, the realistic sculpture by an American artist, Mark Jenkins, is based on Mr. Lasagna's sister. This is apparently not the first time the installation, which sits in the gallery's window, has caused trouble. In October, paramedics were called to assist the woman, according to the report. No, you're going too far over for that. Enmore. Yeah, that's it. Yes, that's the edge of the bowl. You got it.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I don't know. It's a bowl of soup, one way or the other. But yeah, so there you go. So
It simulates someone dead
and soup.
in soup, and they really nailed like the shitty body of a typical American.
Dead in soup. This is going right on the poster.
Dead body.
Are you dead in soup? You might be this woman. Yeah.
Oh my god! So for this, just a little anecdote. On the show where I give you a lot of those anecdotes.
Yes,
let me
of course.
just preface it by saying.
I just want to
just a fun little anecdote.
Just in case you're wondering why we're going off cue
I know
here.
You've been listening to the show for at least an hour.
We're going to go off card.
And probably have listened to other episodes of the show.
Shut down the teleprompters. We're done.
I was one of my gifts I gave to Allison is like a Vincent Price like shadow box, right?
Mm-hmm.
And inside of it, I took some like rope and I made like a little noose and hung it from the ceiling of the top of the shadow box on the inside, right? I didn't know how to tie a noose.
Oh,
I Googled.
You should have asked me.
I know. I really should just ask you.
I practice every day.
I could have used your help on a lot of these projects. So I Googled it.
Yeah.
And the first whole entire page was suicide hotline. Yeah. Don't do it. It was just this pleading.
It's for an art installation with Mr. Lasagna.
It's been commissioned by Mr. Lasagna.
He's the one who needs to call the hotline.
I just have to tie the noose. And if I don't learn how, I'll just stick my finger in an electric socket or take a bath with a toaster. At least I know how to do that.
That's right. I'll be the brave little toaster.
That brave little toaster's going to get in a big tub of water with my naked body that will soon be dead.
It's going to be time for our final adventure.
The brave part doesn't come from jumping in the water. No, it comes from occupying a water with a dead man.
That's exactly right. He's brave enough.
An indeterminate amount of time.
Depends upon how long it takes the police to knock down the door and become confused.
The fortitude of that toaster is being tested.
That's
thoroughly.
Right. God bless. Merry Christmas. Well, I'll tell you who didn't have a Merry Christmas.
Oh no.
Our near and dear.
Oh
Here
my
he
God. Is that De Niro?
It's Bobby De Niro.
What the fuck?
Well, a woman has been arrested.
He looks like my dad.
I know, right? I've been saying that for years. Well,
Oh my
a
God.
woman has been arrested after allegedly breaking into Robert De Niro's home in New York as he was asleep upstairs.
Where did you find this picture, by the way? Was this taken at the scene? This is the perfect picture, but it's very Christmassy in the background. He looks extremely agitated
He's
in
very
a way
distressed.
that it doesn't look like he's acting either. He
Yeah.
looks like he's legitimately upset about
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, he found out
He
the
looks-
craft services weren't around that day.
He looks equally confused
Yeah,
and angry.
it's perfect for his age.
Yeah, it is.
It really is. Well, initial reports from the Manhattan said the woman, a suspected serial burglar, was
Oh.
caught while attempting to steal Christmas presents from De Niro's Upper East Side townhouse.
Holy shit. It's like Home Alone, dude.
Do you realize, like, how
That's when he
fucking
put the shaving-
wild of the
That's when he put
story?
the aftershave on his face.
That's
Anyways, go on.
Can you imagine? Like you're in prison and everybody's around telling all their stories and stuff. They're like, oh yeah, they're like, what are you here for? Robbed Robert De Niro's house on Christmas. Well, NBC, the New Yorker later reported that the woman was actually found trying to use the Hollywood star's iPad. The star's 10-year-old daughter was also asleep at the property.
He has a 10-year-old
He has
daughter.
a 10-year-old
Talk about
daughter.
irresponsibility.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, let me revise that.
Let me walk that back a little bit.
That's emotionally irresponsible,
Okay.
but I guess fiscally like fine because
Yeah, I mean,
he's so
he's-
fucking rich.
Oh, he'll be
If
fine.
he's got a 10-year-old daughter, she'll be taken care of.
Yeah,
But he won't be
well-
in her life to
Well-
see her even graduate from college.
They
Probably.
can deep fake him. There's enough movies.
There's enough sex dolls in that
He's got
warehouse
enough
that they
sex
can
dolls,
deep
enough
fake
money.
his face.
He's got enough footage of him talking. They'll be fine. She'll have a sex doll father. It'll be okay.
Holy fucking shit!
Yeah. That's
Would
it.
you sign up for like a future like random like permanent parent where they could take because excuse me, technically any parents who are existing now and have enough content out there
Mhm.
could possibly be deep faked into like a robotic form if that form could like resemble them.
Sure.
They could just be a deep fake parent.
Yeah, I would sign off on that because I wouldn't fucking care. I wouldn't be here.
Yeah. Or would you sign off on that for your own parents though? Like for you to experience.
I would. Yeah.
For a permanent parent.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Yes, I know you would. As you look off.
I'm waiting for the sweet release
That's it.
of these things to go away.
Let's just say I'm waiting for the TSA to release my sex dolls. Okay.
If I had let's say a parent that
Mhm.
lasted forever,
Right.
I would eat a bullet.
That's right. No tube.
No
Don't-
tube.
Don't bother
and
the
no
tube.
money
Keep
conditions.
the money. Keep the money. Just give me the gun.
That's my face if that's the case.
Oh my God. Well, so police found the 30-year-old woman in the living room of the house and arrested her.
I can't get over the fucking picture.
Police said they found a 30-year-old woman living in the room of the house, in the living room of the house, and arrested her shortly after 2:45 in the morning on Monday.
Damn, dude.
So officers have not.
She's a good burglar if she got into his house.
Well,
Like, imagine
maybe
He's got
not.
to have a pretty like sophisticated security system, I would think.
I don't know. I mean,
Right.
he's
No?
Robert De Niro. He's
Was he just like going off of his clout? Or
like
the
his
threat
cloud, or he
of
just
violence,
he's
maybe?
just wandering around. He's too busy getting angry about stuff.
He forgot to pay the bill for the ADT.
Yeah,
so he's just
he's like, whatever.
He's just wandering
Yeah.
around in slippers.
But if they are a serial burglar, then they would be.
I
able to-
mean, I'm just trying to give him some credit for having some skill, you know? I
he
mean,
just gets Joe Pesci to sleep on his couch. That's
yeah,
his,
he's
that's
like,
his,
what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
Fuck!
Yeah.
And-
These
and
aren't
then-
your presents.
And
Yeah.
then she just throws a paint can at him.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
ah, my kryptonite.
Yeah.
Oh no, bunch of Matchbox cars and paint.
It's all you need.
Shit.
It's all you need. Swing a little iron down there, you'd be fine. Well, so the officers have not publicly identified the woman, but De Niro came down to the living room as the woman was
She
being
goes, oh
detained.
my God, can I get your autograph?
Yeah, yeah.
As they're pushing her head into the police car.
Well, a spokesperson for the 79-year-old actor said he would not be making statements about the attempted robbery. So the
You don't want to talk about it.
I just
he's
want to go
sleeping.
back to bed.
Yeah, I'm so tired.
I still have another 7 hours to get tonight.
I wasted so much of my money when I was young. I'm doing all these movies that I don't have any.
That's it.
There's nothing good about them. The only good thing is the paycheck. That's it.
That's all it is.
I have to buy these Christmas presents. I have to buy my 10-year-old daughter expects the most.
Yeah.
And I won't be around forever. In fact, I won't be around next year.
That's it. Probably not. If Christmas comes through.
You ruined this Christmas for me. Right. And it was my last.
This was my last Christmas. You ruined my last Christmas.
Last Christmas. Robert De Niro
is going to have a failure of his heart. And the very next day, you stole all the presents from his Christmas tree away. This year, you fucked up my plans. And now you're going to prison. This is how it works. All right.
It's inevitable.
Yeah. Yep. That's going to be it. So
damn, that's fucking nuts.
So just remember, if you're going to break into a house, just do a quick
at the
Google
mailbox.
search.
Just
yeah.
If it says De Niro, next. Go to the next one. Okay.
Skip that one.
Simple.
Skip that one. It doesn't matter if the window's open and you can hear a CPAP machine firing away. It's not going to cover enough so that Robert De Niro is going to know that you're breaking in his house.
The only way that this story could get better is if the burglar was identified as Billy Crystal.
Where was Philip Seymour Hoffman? We're like, he's still alive.
Holy shit! This is taking a major twist.
It's a Christmas miracle. He went underground just so he could steal presents from Robert De Niro's house many, many years later at Christmas time.
He's been subsisting on rats and various remains of
in the sewers of New York.
There are an estimated 2 million rats in New York City.
Yes. Yep.
This is my ringtone, by the way.
Yeah. Here it is.
Here I am.
Yeah. Bobby D.
That's right.
That's it.
That is it's Bobby D.
It's it.
Calling me.
Bobby D's calling you. He wants to let you know.
It is.
Philip Seymour Hoffman's gone for good this time. He took care of it.
He's gone. It's over.
He's gone for good this time. And we're going to be gone for good this time this year.
We're gone for good for this year.
That's it, at least for this year. So we'll see you next time on another episode of the Kickstart with Matt.
And Matt, you should have said, we'll see you next year.
We'll see you next year on the Kickstart with me and Bobby D.
That's not going to be me. It's just Matt and
this picture of Robert De Niro.
That'll suffice.
That's the new show.
That's good enough.
This is the show now.
I think people will be happy with it.
No, I'm talking about you. You guys are going to do the show now.
What?
He's going to host it, and you're just going to still do the same thing.
There's no organization to that whatsoever.
I'll just do this the whole time. I'll just put a picture of it. Just tape it to my microphone.
If there's too much organization, people get bored. If there's too much non sequitur bullshit, then people get confused and they get disinterested.
Right.
That's why you and me have to do the show together.
This
is why we've been paired up as far as the Matts in the cosmic Matt universe.
Just the two of us.
Making trouble all the time. Just the two of us.
We would die. I want to die. All right. Oh, Juan thought it was moon dance. It's a marvelous night for a moon dance with the stars in the sky up above.
It's Buble.
It's the Buble.
A bubbly.
The Buble is back at it.
Is the show over?
The show's over. We're done. We're done.
I don't know. That's the newest. That's what's changed in 301.
Yeah.
I don't know when the show ended.
No, it all just bleeds together.
It all just feels like it's just one seamless nightmare.
Oh my god. Well, that's it. That's
all we
that's
got
it,
to
internet
offer.
people.
Right.
We next week's Orifice report.
If this episode sucked, let me just give you some explanation here. We have been providing a full year of content. I don't have a lot left. I've been squeezed out like an old wash rag.
There's nothing left.
Okay, there's no more soap. There's no more water.
Nothing left.
There's not even enough fibers.
I feel like Robert De Niro. I'm going to put him on the screen again.
That's
how I feel.
That's the way it feels. your poor like you have this great like light bar thing.
Yeah, I know.
you just bought.
Whatever.
It's always festive in this room, by the way.
Oh
'cause
yeah.
there are Christmas lights.
Yeah,
here
all over. You
lining
can
the
see them.
wall.
You can see them in the reflection of the picture frames over there, or the
They
thing
border
there.
the edges of the wall and the ceiling.
Yeah, they do. It's a nice ambient glow.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't sufficing for everything, so I figured
Yeah.
I'd add a little light there. And
It's
put
nice
a,
for us.
yes, that's right. It's all
But for
about
you,
us.
It's all about us.
That's the whole
I
reason
don't-
we do the
I
show.
don't know why anyone else is here. Like I really
Not
don't.
sure. It's great. Hey, if this helps you, it's certainly,
I don't know. I feel like you need to seek professional help if this helps you.
that's right.
Okay.
There'll be a little
This should
thing.
be the
We're-
tip of the iceberg.
We need to try and integrate some more of those like suicide hotlines
Yeah.
and
Let's do a therapy.
don't do
Let's do bonus content for like with a therapist that talks people off the ledge.
when you try and play the episode, there's several other pages you go to first that try and prevent you from listening to the show.
That's right. I feel like we need to be classified in the same manner as a noose is to Google.
It really is.
It should just pop right up.
No, you can't.
It's
You
dangerous.
can't just go straight to these
That's
things.
it's like poison.
It really is.
Somebody looking up how to make cyanide.
You're just begging for irresponsibility.
The cops should be alerted right away.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, I think it's Allison and Juan. So Juan,
It's my
happy New Year,
team.
Juan.
Juan,
We're
Happy
gonna.
New Year. I loved your Christmas message.
Oh my God, me
Um,
too. It
I
was
appreciated hearing from you for Christmas too. It was great.
perfect.
Honestly.
Absolutely perfect.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, Juan and Allison. I mean, who else?
That's it.
Who else matters?
That's
I
it.
got Deirdre.
Deirdre, yeah. Deirdre's got better things to do, though.
Yeah, I mean, she's our social media manager. That's all she cares about. She just goes in. She just gets the little highlights and then
Yep.
she's out.
That's it. That's all it
Mhm.
takes.
Ace is here for a minute. That's cool.
That's
He's
good.
got an actual look. Ace's podcast, by the way,
Yeah.
is like actually like a really successful podcast.
Oh, it sure is. Yeah.
Where he's getting like celebrities to come and like do events.
Yeah.
By the way.
Oh, yeah.
He acts like it's nothing at all.
Yeah, no big deal.
He never brings it up even hardly at all.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
We're gonna do it too.
Way more successful people.
We're gonna start interviewing bums.
I-
Bumcast.
Okay.
With Matt.
Hey, how the fuck do you end up on the street?
How long you have been out of house?
I miss my fucking family. I miss my family.
You're boring.
Next.
Trapdoor.
Will you
That's
fight?
that's
will you
what
fight
we
for a
need.
sandwich?
That's there you go. We need a chair that collapse. Like, remember those little dolls that you press the button on the bottom and they just like fall apart?
Yeah, yeah.
And then when you let them go, they tighten back up again.
Yeah.
We have that, but a chair, and there's a trap door built into it. So we just tell the bum to sit down, and then
falls apart.
when we're done, we press a button, and then they just fall through the
That's
floor.
the Sweeney Todd thing, isn't it?
I don't
where they
know. I've
just-
never watched it.
I never watched the movie. I just
Yeah.
only saw parts of it where they just like I guess they like turn the chair over. They're like it's like a barber.
Oh,
He ends up slitting people's
yeah,
throats,
right.
And then just dumps them down a trap door, and then they turn their bodies into meat pies to serve to like random people.
That part sounds right.
Mhm.
I only know that part because of The Office,
Oh,
because Andy's in Sweeney Todd. In The
oh,
Office
is that
in
what
an
he does? He
episode.
sing that?
He's like in a sailor's uniform or something like that. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. It doesn't matter. He fucks up at one point in the whole play and like ruins the plot halfway through because he's getting a phone call.
Oh yeah. I saw that
Whatever.
one.
But
Man,
yeah.
isn't this interesting?
This
Isn't
is
this
it.
the best?
This is our
Boy,
life.
You guys are getting the most.
They're still here
gold
too.
content.
They're still here.
That's because they're also. I hope to God, Juan, please. You don't have to tell me, but I hope you're doing like more important things while this is in the background.
I hope so too.
That's what I
Juan's
dream of.
commenting. Juan's constant in the
But
comments.
Juan, by the way, Juan, you had literally the comment of the year of 2022
Mhm.
when he described. I swear to God, I still laugh at this randomly when I think about it.
Okay.
When he described the girl with two vaginas.
Yeah.
And he said once. One's like a savings account with just enough, just minimal going on,
Right.
and the other's like a checking account with all the action
Yeah.
of things coming in and out. It just fucking killed me.
Yep. That was perfect.
And that comment was
Perfect
so
description.
concise and hilarious
Yep.
that negated the existence of our podcast right there.
That's all it is.
In 2 sentences.
That's all it is. We'll put that on a t-shirt. One's
yeah.
for checking, one's savings.
Juan's for checking.
One's for checking,
Juan for
one's for
savings.
savings. That's it.
we got some Juan merch coming.
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
Do we need pictures of Juan? Do we need
We-
to get Juan? We might need you to send us some pictures of you.
Yeah, we could use some because pulling them off of Facebook is.
Yeah,
is-
Juan.
I've tried to work with them.
We'll get with you to do some
Yeah,
of that.
that's it.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Get out of here.
We love you.
We love you.
Happy New Year.
See you next week
See you next year.
or in like an hour.
Yeah.